Hello, welcome back. In the last video I introduced you to SourceTree and also the concept of committing things, which basically just means recording significant milestones as you build your websites. And I was showing you how we have the ability to go back and forward in time, you know, like this. It's pretty easy and that's nice, it's kind of handy, but in this video, I'm going to show you how to really electrify the whole vibe, and the stuff in this video is going to help you to collaborate with other developers very easily, and it's also going to prevent you from having some nasty accidents that all of us have had if we've built a few websites. So let me show you the vibe. Okay, so we have a nice little thing going on here where we can commit stuff and we can go back and forward in time just by double clicking, and that's nice, but you know, it doesn't really help us to collaborate or anything. We need a little bit more, and this is where I want to introduce you to the concept of branches. Okay, now when you set all of this up and you do your first commits and whatnot, by default you're going to have a branch called master, and whenever you do something like let me just see something like this, I'll say third commit. Okay, so here's the third commit, and whenever we do something like this, it's always going to go onto this master branch. So as you see, it's a straight line, and I could keep going all day here, and it's always going to be just a straight line and just one branch. It's going to be the master branch. So that's, did I forget to save that? So that's what happens by default. Okay, and there we go. So as you can see, it's all just one big straight line. Okay, now let's imagine that you have been, well, let me have an example. Right, here's an example. I have a client who he has a call center that uses this stuff, some stuff that I've made. Okay, now he just phoned up about an hour ago and he asked me to make a new feature. It's probably going to take me about a day to build this new thing. Now the last thing I want to do is build a feature and get halfway through it and then the phone goes and somebody tells me there's a PHP error on the contact form or something. It's very easy to end up all over the place and just in all sorts of trouble if you are building something and then you suddenly need to revert back to an older version. So this is where the concept of branches come in. So for example, the client who has phoned me up, he literally, as I say, he phoned about an hour ago, right? What I'm going to be doing in his case is I'll be going to this branches thing here. I'm going to be clicking, and I'm going to write new branch, and I'm going to probably call the new branch dev. It's just a little thing that I do, but you can call it anything you want. And then I'm going to do create branch. So look at the branches now. I've got a master branch and a dev branch. Okay, now double clicking makes sure you're onto that branch. So let's just imagine that I've got some incredible new feature. So let's make the new feature an invoice system. Whoa, .php, and here it is, and it's a glorious invoice system. Wow. Okay, so this is my new invoice system that I've just built. Okay, now I've saved that and I'm going back, and this is uncommitted. Okay, I'm going to commit this and I'm going to say something like built invoice system, or maybe even working on invoice system. Maybe I've still got a bit of, you know, working on new invoice system. So I'm going to commit that. And I'm in the dev branch, right? I'm in the dev branch. I'm going to keep working on it. So let's do a nice new feature here. How about that for an upgrade? And I'm going to commit that, and I'll say still working on the new invoice system. Added super wow, whatever that means. little comment so that I know what's happening, okay? And this is on the dev branch, right? So next thing you know, the phone rings and somebody says, hey, there's a problem with the contact us form. Now, what do you do normally? You panic, right? Well, not anymore. Now, we just click onto the master branch, okay? The dev stuff is fine. It's out there on another branch. We can come back to it. But we go back to the master branch and then we fix the contact form. Let's do that right now. So for me, the contact us form might be here. And there we go. How about that for a fix? And I'm going to now commit that. Now we are in the master branch, remember? So same routine as always. I'm going to say fixed contact form. Okay, I'm going to commit that. And look at what's happening here. Do you see how the master has now moved on and dev is literally branching off in a whole new direction, okay? So that's kind of cool. Now, let's imagine we then go back to the dev branch and we finish up our incredible, fantastic invoice system. Here it is here. Well, let me just get my act together. Hold on. Okay, so here is the invoice system here. And that's it now finished. Okay, I'm now happy with the new invoice system. So I'm on the dev branch and I'm going to say finished new invoice system and I'm going to commit that. Okay, so that's nice. We've got the dev branch has got this new invoice system, but the master branch does not have that invoice system. On the other hand, the master branch does have a fixed contact us form and the dev branch still has a broken contact us form. So what we want to do now is merge the branches. We want to merge the dev branch into the master branch, right? So the way that I would do that is I'd click on to master here. So I'm now on the master branch, right? And then I would go to the furthest away point of the dev branch, right click, merge, and it will say, are you sure? I'm going to say okay. And look at that. Do you see how the branches have now merged together? We've got a nice little diagram here as well. It's fantastic. So now I'm on the master branch, and if I look in here, you'll see that I've got the invoicing system. Everything is absolutely fantastic. Also, the contact form is fixed. It is fantasticola. And by the way, you can even, when you are happy, you can even right click, and when you're happy, delete the dev branch. You might need to do force delete, you know, to avoid any hassle. And look at this. Now we have a glorious master branch all on its own. It's really, really cool. So that's the concept of branches. Now that is going to save you a lot of trouble on its own. It's just super handy. This is how all of the professional developers work. You need to start working like this, okay? It's just, this is what we do, you know? But the other thing is that this really helps when it comes to collaboration. Because let's imagine that I had some project and I've been hired to do some work on it. Or let's imagine I've just said, right, okay, I want to contribute to some framework or something like that. Well, when I get that thing, I might be on the master branch and I might think, okay, well, I'm going to do some stuff here. So I might say, right, let's go to branches, and I'll say I'll create a new branch, and I can call it anything. I can even just call it David, right? So here's my new branch, right? So now the David branch is up and running, and I can then head off and work on the David branch. And then when I'm finished, I can, upload it to the web and whatnot. And if the owner of the thing is happy, they can merge the branch. Can you handle the vibe? So that's the whole concept of branches. Alright kids, I'm going to do just one more video if that's okay. I was hoping to do two, but I'll do one more, and I'm going to introduce you to BitBucket, and we'll maybe cover GitHub and maybe one or two other things, okay? So just one more video, and then you'll be ready to really just use this stuff, okay? See you in the next one.